Hi, it's Eileen Bowley here, and today is the 20th of January 2011. And I'm not sure if you can see Bo, my dog, she's sitting just here, and I'm very, very excited. First of all, just want to update you on my diet, and also myself and Suzanne Barnett, my business partner, we're holding our very first networking event later on this evening. What time is it now? Just gone 4 o'clock. That's at 7 o'clock. So, sort of ready for that, ready for Suzanne travelling down to London. So, and then we'll be off there in a couple of hours. So, really looking forward to that. So, I'm into week 5 or 6. This is the first time I've been on any sort of diet where I lose sort of track of how many weeks. I'm obsessed with how many weeks have I been doing it now, how long has it been going, but I'm sure it is into week 6 now, and I feel absolutely fantastic. Yesterday I went out to a business meeting, and as I was walking on the road, I felt I was walking much more briskly, I had more spring in my step, and although I'm not slim yet, I'm getting slimmer. I've still got about 3.5 stone to lose, or at least 3 stone. So there's still quite a bit of weight to go, but I felt slim. I felt really, really good, and I felt fantastic, really. So that's obviously a big, big plus. And one thing I wanted to talk about today was I watched a programme last night, and it was about do crash diets kill or something like that. And they were following 3 women following 3 different types of crash diets. Cambridge diet, which is some liquids and 1 meal a day. I was going to say onion soup, but it's cabbage soup. It's cabbage soup diet. And one woman was following a maple syrup diet. And I think Beyonce followed that particular diet for about 10 or 14 days, I understand, to get into a really tight-fitting outfit for a video she was doing. And I watched it, and I was quite surprised at not surprised at the results. The results were good, but I don't know how the long-term effects are. But it was just one thing that's never, I felt, worked for me. I did try one of these liquid diets for about a day, I think. And for me, I can't drink a lot of liquids. I'd rather eat food, real food. And I was just talking to one of my friends just a little while ago. And I said, oh, you're not going to like my video I do later, because she's been following the Cambridge diet. And for me, it wouldn't work for me, because I know I would crave food. I know after following it, if I did follow it for 3 or 4 days, I'd probably run down and get a bag of chips or something, because I know I would crave something to eat. And following this alkaline diet, I've not thought about food, I've not thought about what time can I eat or anything. It's just been a natural thing. So that's why I actually love this. And this crash diet stuff, I mean, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a dietitian, I don't know the full extreme effects that it has on someone's body, I really don't know. But I know it's when people are really desperate to lose some weight, they want to do these extreme measures. I mean, I class them as extreme, because you do get quick weight loss with them. But your body has to go from eating the wrong foods, which is why we were overweight in the first place, to being on a crash diet type of liquid, more or less, diet. And then you can't stay on that forever, and then your body needs to then get used to going back to eating a normal diet, or at least eating healthy foods. And them transitions, I don't feel, could be good for your body, getting used to different types of changes. One girl following the Cambridge diet was doing lots and lots of exercise, and she was advised by the Cambridge person not to do so much exercise, or she had to up her calorie intake, which the girl wasn't very happy about. And one thing about that actually was she had this sort of a counsellor that she'd see, who I assume would have followed the Cambridge diet herself, to be able to advise other people on it. And I'm not being insulting here, but for me, if I was to have seen that counsellor, it would put me off following that diet, because she didn't look particularly fit, she didn't look healthy, and she didn't look what I call well nourished, and still being slim and well nourished. So to me, she wasn't a good role model for that particular diet. But that, nevertheless, that's who this girl had as her counsellor, or a young woman she was, I shouldn't call her a girl. And so she had to up her calorie intake, which she wasn't very happy about, because she wanted to do the exercise, and they were talking about the electrolytes in her body and how it affects your muscles, and she didn't really understand it. I'm not saying I completely understand it, but one thing they were mentioning on the programme, a doctor was talking about it, the effect of not having enough calories and doing loads and loads of exercise, was where the electrolytes affect your muscle. We might think about our muscles in our legs or our tummies, but the one muscle that I know I forget about, and maybe lots of people forget about it then, is our heart, and it's our heart that obviously keeps us going, keeps us alive. And I think we neglect what damage we could be doing to our heart by yo-yo dieting, not eating enough, exercising too much and things like that. So for me, being on this diet, I love it because first of all it's healthy, and this is what I'm going to continue with. I don't need to chop and change and go on something for a few weeks and then change and maybe put weight on and then change back again. This is what I'm doing for life now because it feels good for me. I say I'm high energy, my mood's different, and everything about me just feels great now, and I feel my business is going to be better because of that, because I feel that I've got much more energy and drive for the business. Not that I didn't have energy and drive before, but it feels like a different drive and energy now. And I've lost sort of my track of thought now, what I was going to say then. But the exercise is good. I'm walking more, going to some exercise classes. That's all good. And like I say, I feel like I can participate better now in my classes. So that was really what I say about the program last night, was about the crash diets and these liquid diets. I feel if you're going to do anything, I'd rather eat healthily like I'm doing now. So that's why I would completely recommend this. It helps your mood, it helps your weight loss, it helps the way you just feel about yourself. I feel healthy from the inside, and that's something that I would never be able to explain to anybody. You need to feel that for yourself. I feel so clean from the inside because the food I'm taking, nutrition I'm taking, is so good. I'm doing my conscious eating, and that's all good and they're going well. And when I've been out for lunch a couple of times, I look at the main menu and it's not there's something that I can't eat. There's things I can eat, but I know the portion's going to be too much for me. And so what I do, I've picked a starter that I can eat, and that starter's completely nourished me and filled me up until it's time for my evening food. So that's all really good. So I'm going to do a video again in a minute, and I'm going to post that in a couple of days after this one. And the next one's going to be about having a busy life and planning your food, because I know being busy and trying to fit in a diet of any sort can be quite difficult. So I'm going to talk about planning and how I do my planning and why I feel planning is really important. So I'm going to sign off now, do another video, and I'll chat to you again soon. So bye for now.